Welcome to the Untrapped Podcast, where we're motivated and inspired about success, small business, and personal development. And now, Keith Kalfas.
Most landscaping businesses don't fail because they're bad at landscaping. They fail because the business becomes chaos. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I use Jobber software to sell and close and collect payment on a $19,500 landscaping job with a 50% gross profit margin. Everything. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, how Jobber works in my business, and walk you through it. Let's go. All right, so we're on Jobber software right here, right now. And when the customer called, the first thing I did is I pulled over in the truck, out landscaping, put on the hazards, and I got my phone out because I didn't have my laptop, and I took down all the customer's information and created a new client on the client tab. And this is your entire database for your business. And a new client request means they want a quote. I set them up for the quote, which pushes out to your Google Calendar, and I showed up and I walked the property with them. You can pause and screenshot this, whatever you want. I actually change the customer's personal information to protect their privacy, so I'm not worried about that. And this is $19,500 to do all this. Now, real quick, this thing is add line item. You can actually put 1 through 10 on all different line items and with all different dollar amounts so the customer sees precisely where their money is going, and I do that a lot. But for this job, I just put it all on one big line item with a total price of $19,500. The reason I did that, it's a case-by-case basis. This specific client, we built trust very fast. I told them what they were going to get for their money, and they just wanted a total price. So I didn't want to spend all the time making all these line items, but I do it a lot. So you can type out your entire quote inside of Jobber, and then you can send it to the customer. You can send this quote with a dollar amount and a required deposit amount. See? What's 33%? Our required deposit of $19,500. It's $6,435. So it automatically can collect that for a customer, ACH bank transfer or credit card through Jobber payments. So when you send it to the customer, now they can send us email and text message to their phone where they click one professional looking link and it takes them to this beautiful proposal and invoice. See? So you click one button and now it sends it to the customer's laptop and their phone through their email and text message, and they get this beautiful proposal prepared by you, created by Jobber, and you can attach your proof of insurance, any other business details of trust indicators, and when the customer sees it, they see exactly where their money is going. Now all the customer has to do with Jobber authorization, turn their phone sideways, take their finger, sign their name, put in their credit card, completely secured, click a button, boom. Now you get a notification that the customer paid their deposit, which this customer did, $6,435. They paid their deposit, and then it takes you to the next step is now you can book the job. So see right here, jobs. I actually can't click on that because it's going to show you all my customers' private information. So next step, I'm going to go show you the job that we actually did. Let's go. This is the house right here. We trimmed all the arborvitaes on the property. We yanked out the old garden beds, put all these new rocks, planted new shrubs, new edging, everything. Sweet front and back of the house. So it's basically a landscape garden bed makeover redo. And there it is. Now let's go to the next step. So today my landscaping business follows this very simple system, and every single job follows the same exact process. All right, so come check this out. Here's one of the things I love the most about Jobber. It's got a marketing tab where you can send email blasts to all of your customers at a click of a button. I used to pay for separate softwares, and now I don't because it's all integrated inside of Jobber in their marketing suite. So here's the way it works. Once you get on boarded with Jobber, you upload your entire customer database and you can immediately create an email marketing campaign. Jobber does it for you and uses AI. Click a button, click all your customers, press one button, email blast to, let's say you've got 1,000 customers. It shows up in their email inbox. We've sold $20,000 in work off of one email blast before. I've had customers calling us 3 and 4 weeks later going, hey, I got your email. I want to hire you. I'm like, we sent that out a month ago. And they're like, oh, well, anyways, I don't say that to the customer, but that's how powerful email marketing is. And it's basically doesn't cost you anything because it's all inbound marketing. You're already, the way to make the most amount of money is to sell more work to the existing clients that you've already paid to acquire. Whether you paid through money or through sweat equity, they're already in your wheelhouse. So you want to sell more and more often to the same customers. That's the frequency. You can do all that inside of Jobber. By the way, I'm a Jobber ambassador, so you can get a totally free 2-week trial and a huge discount with my exclusive link by opening your browser and go to getjobber.com/Kalfas. Click the link in the description or the first pinned comment in the comment section of this video.
If you are looking for the greatest software ever to run your business on, go to getjobber.com/Keith. You can create proposals, invoices, collect payments, and track your entire business directly on the Jobber smartphone app. If you want to get a totally free trial of Jobber right now, open your browser, type in getjobber.com/Keith, and after the trial, if you decide to sign up with Keith's link, you'll automatically get 20% off your first 6 months. So what are you waiting for? Go to getjobber.com/Keith.
All right, let's go to the studio real quick. I got to show you this. Quick plug, get my brand new book, 17 Ways to Get More Landscaping Clients. Paperback book, or you can also listen to the audiobook on audible.com. Just go on Audible, type in Keith Kalfas. Boom. This is the most important thing. You ever do a landscaping job and the customer comes out halfway through the job and they want more work done? Very, very common. Jobber solves a very important issue that used to drive me nuts. So if you're already doing a job and a customer comes out and they're like, hey, can we add this on and add this and add this? What do? What I used to do, I used to say, oh yeah, we'll add that on. Then at the end of the job, I'm in anxiety because I'm like, well, I didn't even negotiate the extra price to the customer. And now I feel weird, like I have to like just somehow fit it in for free. Or number two, because I didn't discuss it with the customer, now I feel like I have to lower the price because I don't want to sticker shock them and be like, oh, by the way, it's an extra 700 or 7,000 or whatever that number is. You should never get into that negotiating against yourself. That's bad strategy. Here's how Jobber solves that. There's something called change orders. When the customer says they want more work done, and here's my little trick. If you're walking around a property with a customer, ask them, hey, a lot of our customers, this is a script, once we get going and we get working, they get excited and they want more work done. Do you think you're that type of customer who wants more work done? Because I just want to make sure we can fit enough time in advance so I don't have to say, yeah, we can do that in a month because we're booked out. We only booked enough time for this. Because I want to make sure we pad extra time on the job to fit extra work if you want it done, you know. And they'll say yes. So if they do say yes, you pull out Jobber and say, oh, what would you like done? You create a change order on the spot for $750 worth of extra work. You can hand them your phone and they can sign it, boop, and they can pay it right then and there, or they can add it onto the total of the job. So if the job is $2,000, now it's $2,750, right? And it shows it right on Jobber. You don't have to do anything but just punch it in and press a button. They approve it, and it adds it on to the end of the job. So now that's all solved, and you can be at peace, get the work done, and at the end of the job, the customer just pays the bill. And they can leave a tip on Jobber tips. When is it ever proper to ask your customer for a tip? We don't do that. I wouldn't even do that. It's weird. Jobber tips is insane. So let me break this down. We do landscaping and window cleaning. If you for some reason, if you're cleaning a customer's windows, it's pretty customary that they leave a tip, $20, $40. When you're doing landscaping jobs or just property maintenance, we do jobs from, $700 to $20,000. All you have to do is click a button to turn on Jobber tips, and it creates the option for the customer to leave a tip. They don't have to. It's crazy. A lot of them do. This is amazing. We have gotten tips for 140, 200, 250, 280, 300, 400. Like, I don't know the exact percentage. I'd say 25% of the customers are leaving tips, and fat tips. And it's like the customer paid their bill, $1,200 plus $140 tip. And I was like, what? This is amazing. So the customers want to express genuine gratitude through leaving a tip. And because of Jobber tips, we have a lot of extra money coming in. And what I like to do is when we get tips, I actually let any employees know, hey, the customer left a tip. Here's your cut. And I'll tip them out, right? And it incentivizes them as well. So I really like that idea because it brings in more money and it helps pay for the subscription and the software stack or however you see fit. It's just incredible. So Jobber tips is where it's at. The next thing is Jobber payments. It's super amazing because you don't have to chase around checks anymore, go and collect cash underneath the customer's doormat, mail out invoices. All that stuff that stresses you out is all solved with Jobber payments, and it tracks everything in one dashboard in one place. That alone makes your business so much more efficient. So if you want to get organized this year, jump in and try it right now. Go to getjobber.com/Kalfas, click the link in the description below or the first pinned link in the comments. This is going to be so fire. I'm excited for you, and whatever you decide to do, I hope you crush it in your business. Hey, I hope you liked the show. And if you like the Untrapped podcast and you get value from it, can you please take a minute and go over to Spotify and leave it a well-worded positive 5-star review? It helps boost the rankings on Spotify so the show can get to more people. Therefore, these messages can get out to more people and inspire more people so then they can go out and start their small businesses and crush it and get to the next level. It's a huge deal. All right, I'll see you in the next show.